Good evening to our listeners. Here's the KMKFM, and tonight me, Wong, will be your host for this late night storytelling session. For the newcomers, this is a session which the listeners can call into the station and share their interesting stories to all of us. And tonight, we will have a special guest who will share her story regarding a famous tunnel at the Karak Highway. Okay, so let us begin.
Okay.
Before I proceed to the storytelling, could you introduce yourself to all of us?
Sure. My name is Fatih Manina. I am an employee for MKM company and often doing interstate travel for working purpose. Basically, I spend most of the working time on driving just to reach some destination due to my job. And there was something unusual happened on my last drive.
Interesting than the favorite story before. Go ahead.
So, the job was going to an idyllic village known as Imalapa to conduct some surveys regarding our products. The place was unfamiliar to me. I even don't know there is a kampong name like this.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so I did my job and planned to go back. The day was getting darker and darker. I asked the villagers on way to get to the highway. Possibly a shortcut or whatsoever. They suggested me to drive on the main road for about 1 hour just to reach the exit that enters highway, the one I used to get to this village. And I noticed something strange on their face.
What was that?
Well, I asked them what was those faces with nervous looking. They say there was actually a route that leads to the highway which takes about 20 minutes, but the driver has to pass by a tunnel. I, of course, desperately wanted them to tell me about this because I am not a patient woman. They told me the way to reach the tunnel, but warned me not to go through it at night. Well, time is money, and I don't believe this kind of superstitious thing at all. So, I decided to take the risk despite all the warning that I got from.
What a brave movement. So, what happened next?
After a short moment, I reached in front of the tunnel. It was long and as dark as the sky was. I braced myself, thinking that it would take much time to reach the end of it. So, I drove into the tunnel. As soon as the darkness enveloped the car, something strange occurred to my car. Its speed gradually slowing down even though I pressed on the gas pedal as hard as I could. In vain, the car eventually stopped in the middle of the tunnel.
Wait, did you inspect your car manually? How come the car couldn't function all of a sudden?
I did, and it was few days before, but I don't know why. And when the car engine was turned off, I suddenly feeling alarmed. I look around, only sight of plain darkness. No car, no light, nothing at all. I am completely alone. But in this moment of silence, something hit the rear windows. Something, or I should say, someone was hitting the car, but I'm pretty sure there was nobody except for me. The tunnel was now filled with hitting sound. It was so noisy and scary. I immediately turned on the engine and hit the gas pedal with all the strength that I had. The speed of the car increased. So did the volume of hitting sound. It sounded as if dozens of things were striking the car from all directions. All of my mind was just want to get somewhere with people as soon as possible. After what seemed like an eternity, I saw light at the end of the tunnel, and the hitting sound had become gradually lower and eventually stopped. I felt relief.
Wow, so what do you do afterward?
Well, I drove for a while and reached a gas station. I felt really relieved when still under the bright lights. Just when I was getting ready to get back in the car, I noticed there were handprints all over the windows. They were in all sizes and there was barely an inch of space on the glass that wasn't covered in handprints.
What the hell?
Yeah, I can't believe it. My whole body was shaking and my mind was shocked when looking at those handprints. Without the slightest hesitation, I asked the gas station worker to clean the windows. I sat back down in the car and watched the man got to work cleaning the windows. As he wiped and scrubbed, I felt a cool feel creep up my spine. I think there was something definitely weird, but I could get around with it. The man continued scrubbing all the time. When he finished all the windows, he tilted out his head to the side and walked up to the side window and knocked slightly. I was wondered why. And so I pulled down the window. The man said, "I'm sorry, but all of these handprints are on the inside."
What a twist and terrific experience for you. Do you ask for more to do cleansing like that?
Yeah, I hope that those things will not bother me anymore in the future.
Thanks Fatin for sharing a story in the middle of the night. I hope you get well and wish that this incident will not haunt you for the rest of your life or bring any negative impacts to it. Okay, so that's all for tonight's storytelling session. If you have any story to share with us for the next section, just bring out your phone and call 999 to reach us. Remember, KMKFM is always live inside your heart.